General Greene here.
Austin Greene here.
Great to see you. It is Wednesday, October 29th. This is an emergency world earth-shattering alert. Massive hyperinflation has taken over America. Real assets are soaring. Of course, Trump coin through the moon. I've been talking about that a lot on X. Make sure to follow us there. We have a record amount of new followers on X at our official account, AMTV Media. We're going to talk about this and the news, what's coming next as we enter the golden age, the quarter centennial of the greatest country in the world. It's going to culminate in a massive UFC fight. We were invited by the Trumps. I will be in attendance with this young man, this handsome young man, and of course, Papa John. Please like and share. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about the economy. We're going to talk about kind of using the illogical is logical in today's world. So understand this. A lot of people think that, like, for example, crypto, they're thinking too hard. Trump coin is going to 50 billion plus. You heard it here first. Absolutely, it's going to take over Doge. Dogecoin, which is trading, you have to look this up for me, Donut. I think we're maybe at like 30 billion. Let's take a look at that real quick and go over crypto here for a minute. But a lot of people are too logical, and it's why they don't make money. For example, we saw Fart coin run to over $1 billion. It still trades at like 300 to 400 million, and it's farts. And so people are like, well, Trump coin, what is that going to do? We've got the president of the United States. It's a treasury asset. It's worth more than US dollars. It's got Trump's name and family leading it into the golden age. He's solving peace in the Middle East, every single crisis worldwide. Of course, he's going to pump his own coin as a part of World Liberty Fi. And what is it? About 30 billion. Yeah. 30 billion, right? 29 billion is Dogecoin today. So what I kind of think, and this is just an upbeat video, I want you guys to be successful, make tons of money, of course, in this crypto bull market, but there's going to be a battle. You're going to see this with Doge and Trump. I'm actually curious your opinion on this, Donut, but we've talked about these meme wars before, right? Many of the memes I've recommended at school have gone up 100, if not 1,000x. I'd actually like you to weigh in on this because you were the first to introduce me into memes.
Yes, memes, mimetic warfare. This is all simplifying the masses, and you're the one who really told us about this. How do you push a society, a collective, into a agenda? And that's through simplifying the mimetic magic, the mimetic warfare of, let's say, Dogecoin. Why wasn't there a utility run during the time of 2020? It's because you got to onboard the masses. So they're getting onboarded through simplification. So simplifying an idea is the way that it works. So Dogecoin, which is interesting terminology, the Doge, right? You have a Doge of Venice. I think there's even more to these words with the crypto space, but now I'm getting off.
Yeah, no, I understand. But like, no, the point that I wanted to bring into the conversation is that people are so logical. For example, I have friends, they're MIT grads, Harvard, all these things. I've been telling them and pitching them Bitcoin for like almost 2 decades. None of them bought, and the reason is they think too hard. They're always waiting for like an official source to tell them to buy, and then they're always late. And so the illogical makes money. So for example, I believe, really wholeheartedly believe this, and I'm a whale, full disclosure, made millions today. Trump coin's up another like 20, 30%, it was up like 20% yesterday.
Nice.
It's because it's illogical that it pumps. And so people have to understand that. I mean, Dogecoin, which you're looking at here on my computer screen, is at $30 billion. That's more than most companies. So it's a really interesting conversation. Maybe we'll slide you on this other side. Austin, I want you to just welcome this amazing audience today. And we've, of course, have the launch of Deck 2. We were running Top Gun yesterday with Papa John. By the way, my dad is like insanely in good shape. So hopefully the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But Donut was asking my father, he was like, were you in the military or something? Because my dad can do pull-ups, one-arm pull-ups. He like
Yeah.
does the like the army pull-ups. Like it's actually insane.
Yeah.
He's 70 years old. And I was sharing with Alex, my dad brought me up as an athlete as well, and Austin's very athletic, but like Papa John was running track and field at the Forum when he was in
Right.
high school. He was a major football star, and that's really cool to see because it's carried over as he's matured and become really just kind of the godfather of our family tree. And it's just, I'm very thankful to God that he's so healthy, vibrant, and it's just awesome having a mentor like that.
I asked him the questions of how did he get his strengths, being decades older than me. And I was like, were you in the military? Because that's sort of like a sign, usually. And he was in sports, but what I got out of that conversation was just the difference of culture and society that we're in, where I'm looking forward to the trash can where I can throw the trash and the trash is gonna go and catch the trash. Total laziness, total Wally world in the future where I'm heading. And he was explaining just his day when he was younger, how all day long they would swim to get places, walk places, they would go far. It would be a whole day journey with no phones, no technology. We don't have that today.
Yeah, Papa John was talking about that this morning over a cup of coffee, and we were talking about the fact that he says it's amazing with the internet, and when email was invented, it changed everything. Because Papa John used to have one of those old cell phones, son, in his Lexus. It was like one of those bulky Saved by the Bell, like
Yes.
ridiculous 1980s.
Those are cool,
He was
yeah.
one of the first people, I think, to have that. I think your dad had that. You told me he
Maybe,
had something like
probably,
that.
yeah.
But
my mom had a Palm Pilot, so I've been.
well, I remember
immersed in
those
the
too,
tech.
and pagers. My
Pagers.
mother gave me like a pager back in the day, and then you'd have to hit like a payphone. But the point being, my father reminded us of the fact that when email was invented, it changed like everything about commerce, business, making money, entrepreneurship, and really,
Yes.
email today, the PayPal email equivalent version is blockchain. And that, I was kind of explaining that to my dad, who's learned a lot, obviously, from me and Alex over here, Donut, and my son. But like, we are now in the world of internet money. So it's no joke when I say that Trump coin is worth more than the US dollars, that's the truth. Like Trump coin, his brand is worth tens of billions, hundreds of billions, I would argue $1 trillion plus. The greatest president in world history, that's more valuable than fiat, which is being printed in infinity. And let's talk about some like economics today as well. Gold, which hit a new all-time high, and you know we love gold. I own a lot of gold. Austin has gold, silver, and these are big value centers. But I'm noticing that gold has been falling a little bit, and guess where the money's flowing to? Crypto, blockchain. It's a big telltale sign that we're about to open up into a golden age hysteria. And this is what I've invested and planned for over the last several decades. But like, we're moving into the biggest up-only hyperinflationary scenario that we've ever seen. People have no idea. There's going to be panic that sets in next year in 2026. And I believe this because, number one, Trump. Number two, he's promised the golden age. Number three, it's the quarter centennial, 250 years of 1776. We're building
Nice.
out a huge new side of the White House, which is just a ballroom for entertainment. There's no way in heck
in.
that we don't go 1000x. And so people really need to understand this at like a deep level, as people are like 9 to 5ing and playing by the system and barely getting by, that the people that have been disrupting, like you and I, everything we do with this platform, the Island Project won. Tens of millions of dollars raised in 3 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, not to us, but to our members, our founder. I mean, we're having a big party today.
Congratulations.
We have a team right now cooking us an amazing meal. In fact, we'll probably even do like a house tour. I'll even do it live. Like, I want you guys to see the real version of what we do, because thinking outside of the box is extremely powerful with your money, with your life, with your mental health, with your business, with your relationships. I was speaking to my father about this. Like, it's so insane to me that over the last 20 years, as you grinded with me in Greenway, we're like coming from the basement, broke,
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
just getting our butts kicked. Now we're almost at a stage where it's almost uncomfortable how successful the platform has become. And it reminds me of something my wife always gave me as encouragement. I'm here to encourage you guys too, because broke is actually a good thing. It means you can only go up only. But she's always told me, my wife's a very smart woman, that get comfortable being uncomfortable. And the more you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing. It's just like lifting weights or in sports. You've got to push the envelope. By the way, this guy is super strong. I want you to know this. He always sells himself short. You're super strong. You're a big guy, and we're getting him to start lifting weights. He's kind of like he's a pseudo mentor, even to me, but also the bodyguard. So we've got a full team of bodyguards. Maybe we'll cover the news unless you wanted to add something there, but maybe go over some news topics or
Yeah, sure.
add to the discussion.
Well, Trump, just got crowned in South Korea. The king gets his crown. They got to pay homage. So they're paying homage. It's a very interesting looking crown.
He's in Japan.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of ancient technology, right? It looks sort of like a
Looks like
motherboard.
blockchain.
It looks like a blockchain.
Can you show
doesn't it?
them real quick, maybe on the camera, if they're able to
Here,
see that?
I'll pull it up for y'all real quick. Make it big screen.
Yeah, show them that. It does look like Satoshi Nakamoto-esque, actually.
You can see that crown right there.
Yeah, look at that. So like the symbology of the White House too. And we have some really good topics of discussion. We've been working so hard the last several years. I have to admit, like, it's been crazy, the amount of work we've been putting in. But no, there's some discussion around that too. So psychologically, the White House is tricked out like MTV Cribs right now. 24 karat gold, beautiful.
Nice.
World leaders are coming in, singing Trump's praises. I just want people to hearken back. They said Donald Trump would be in jail, that he was going to be indicted multiple times. They treated him like a criminal. They shot at him. And now he's the most powerful man in the world. It says it's testimony to fight. No man is perfect. Donald Trump's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Donut's not perfect. Son, you're not perfect. We know that through Jesus. Although I believe you are, because you're my son. You're beautiful and handsome. But the point being is Trump is a testimony to honestly greatness. Like, from that standpoint, like, never quit, always fight, circumvent the system, massive disruptor. Today's video is kind of more even motivation. I want you guys to think about this. Trump was $300 million in debt at one point because he's taking massive risks. And Elon Musk, who I criticize sometimes on various topics, but I still respect the man. And, think about Musk, like, he was on the verge of bankruptcy multiple times as he was building Tesla, as he was building everything that he currently does. Like, on the brink of disaster, turns to greatness. And so there's this Rudy vibe, I think, to America and the founding fathers and all of you tuning in. I'm explaining to you that the never give up attitude, fighting for what you desire in life, going huge, being uncomfortable. I mean, guys, I live in a $15 million mansion. Like, I'm just going to watch. This is not AI. And you can continue. But, like, guys, do you know how uncanny and crazy this all is? Literally have a whale's tail at the end of the pool. This pool is the largest. This is over 30 yards right here. It's not fake. It's not AI. Okay, I just want to, I want the audience, I want the audience to understand what they're capable of. Why we built Island Project is so that people 1000X, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And I have some amazing testimony to Christ too, just over the last few days. I won't go into all the details, but like, I see God work wonders, lift all boats. I see him make everything easy. It's at the point where I can only just like testify to God's grace
Uh-huh.
because I know it's not myself. It's not my father. It's not us. Like, God is so powerful when you put all your faith in him and you put in the work and the effort and the prayer and the conviction, and you know how we've been grinding for all these years. And then you see him perform all these miracles 24/7. I don't know, it's just incredible. Like, I want people to understand that you need to believe in yourself and believe in a higher purpose, believe in God, and go big. Austin, let's explain. So deck 2, this is our pre-launch RSVP. We've been touring you on the first 2 mega mansion properties. What do you think about this place? We're gonna do like a more tour video here in a second, but like, explain what you think. Like, how do you like the property so far?
I
Explain
really
to them.
like it because it's big, high ceilings, beautiful wood all over the place. Like, I really like wood because it just looks good. If you have like plain white everything, it doesn't give it any color. I like color. It's one of my favorite things. And the pool's huge, about 30 meters. No, not meters, yards. It's very big yard, and 2 stories, has like a lookout area on the 3rd floor. And you go up like a spiral, like a lighthouse. And it's a very nice house, actually.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Yeah, very
And you
nice.
got those 3 birds, so it's sort of like us. We're the 3
Those are minor birds.
minor birds.
Yeah, Mina. I think it's
Mina.
spelled M-Y-N-A. So someone said, bring some alpha. The alpha is very obvious, and I give this information for free. I'm telling you guys, Trump coin, Litecoin, the ETF was just approved. So the Canary ETF, which I predicted and told everybody, and Litecoin's like one of my largest holdings, going up only. That is bringing tons of new institutional money into Litecoin, just like Bitcoin with BlackRock and IBIT, et cetera. RSR, as you're well aware, those 3 picks are going 1,000x, 100%. Trump is a meme, so it's a little different, but I actually think it'll outperform. Like, let's look at the markets right now, give people the alpha. You need to maintain a strict asset allocation, so understand that. Just because I tell you to buy Trump coin because it's up 20% every single day, like repeatedly, is one thing, but understand it's not the only coin that we own. So Bitcoin's at 111K, going to 200 to 400,000 by the end of year. That's my personal prediction. RSR will be trading at 100 billion plus soon. It's only at like 400 million now. ETH, which hit 4,000 yesterday, I mean, it's going to scale to 15K. That's a triple. And as I tell everyone on my calls too, you can earn yield at 3% while you triple your money with ETH. So that's like a no-brainer. You have your money working for you like a dividend with Ethereum, which is the backbone of the blockchain internet. Plus it triples, plus you earn 3%. Litecoin will crush above 420, which was the last all-time high when we met with Charlie Lee.
We were hanging out with the Litecoin creator.
Yeah, and so people don't understand that Litecoin is just like Bitcoin, but it also supports the Dogecoin network as well. So as a miner, you earn rewards of LTC.
Wow.
And also it supports Doge. So it like kind of has that alpha, like someone was asking about the alpha, where as Doge performs, Litecoin crushes it too. And
Interesting.
Litecoin's the little brother, you know, Charlie, as well. Like, remember when we were in Singapore? And these were really enlightening things, but Donut and I, we've been hanging around with billionaires for a long time, which is also the secret. You become a billionaire by hanging with billionaires.
Sure.
You are your friends, which is the value of Island Project as well, is that our community, our 400 investors, now we'll have about 100 investors for Deck 2 once it launches in a few days. If I don't know you, I can't cash flow you. Like, who you're hanging around
Right.
makes money. You and
We were talking about this.
you're gonna explain this.
Yeah.
But just so the audience knows, we talked about this. Like, I keep my network super tight and close.
Yes.
Because there's few people I trust,
Sure.
and there's few people that understand the hustle and like
The psychology.
or the psychology and are inventing and making money and are pushing entrepreneurship. Like 99.9% of the people I know aren't doing big things. And so I only hang out with people doing big things. So
Likewise.
so maybe
Well,
comment
yeah, no,
on that.
I agree. We were having a conversation about this, that you were talking about hanging out with these entrepreneurial, 1776 type spirits of, building and creating and not taking the handouts in a sense. These are disruptors that you're kicking it with. I mean, they were the ones creating this technology, like Litecoin's pretty old. Like
Yeah,
it's
84
over
million
10
coins.
over 10
but
years
fixed.
old.
Yeah.
No longer than that. Time flies by.
Yeah, it's like been 16 years.
That's nuts.
15, I think, when it
That
kind of
was new though. Like at that time, so that was very disruptive.
Disruptive.
And it's hard for me to talk and have a conversation of somebody thinking differently. That's why I really like hanging out with Christopher, because he goes against the collective, against the grain. Even if there is the collective saying no, 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 he'll be able to push through that. And like a football player, crushing through the other football player team.
And I'll just want to say one thing as a motivational factor is like usually I notice people give up right before the breakthrough.
Oh.
And that's one thing that even Papa John has taught me, and I learned that through sports too, is that you actually kind of want that to happen.
Okay.
All the competition gives up, but if you keep pushing through, that's when you have the major breakthrough. Even in crypto right now, like a lot of people are so like emotional. How come Bitcoin isn't at $1 million? Bro, like I'm telling you, if you just stay the course and take my exact advice, along with all my members who are already rich, which is why we're able to raise so much capital so quickly, because again, I'm the Bitcoin guy. Bitcoin rich, XRP rich, Litecoin rich, which you help me produce. If you stay the course, it's right about when you're giving up almost, or you want to, you're crushing into the new ceiling. Like I'm telling you now, I can feel it spiritually, that it's all about God. It's not about money. And I want people to understand this about who we are as people. But like
Sure.
This will be soaring to levels people will panic into the positions I've recommended in the next few days. That quickly. They will be panicking into Trump, Litecoin, RSR, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. Like I'm talking full-blown worldwide renaissance panic. Please continue.
The psychology thing that I was talking about, you have a sports background, I don't. So when you're, in the battle, there's a different psychology that you developed of like, crushing through the opponent or your, victory. And the one thing that I lean on is these books from, people. I've read all the Trump books. And so when I'm seeing him perform on the world stage, he's doing everything pretty much out of his books. One of my favorites is The Art of the Comeback, which is sort of kind of that. $300 million in debt. He goes up to a homeless guy and he's all like, this guy's richer than me, because he's like at that zero line and he's at the negative 300 million line. And just the way that he deals with like the crowd going against him, where they just complain. He goes over all of that in his book. So I've been very into the books, because I if I'm not hanging out with Christopher,
genius, yeah.
I gotta go to the books.
You have to read more too, and we talk about that too. I've been piling through a lot of books recently, like nonfiction, fiction, historical fiction. I was even reading Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights. It's actually pretty good. I don't know if he had a ghostwriter, but it was actually pretty good. But like the valuable information you're not going to get from the internet.
Oh no!
Honestly,
way.
So like people want to know the secret. How have you made all this money? What's the secret to your success? Honestly, we know the right people. Like we're in the networks. We were, even when we were broke, we were hanging out with Charlie Lee, Brock Pierce, Jim Rogers, all these figures. Like we've ingratiated ourselves with the smartest people and minds in the world, and honestly gotten really good advice. Like some of the best advice I've ever gotten is build in the bear markets and then harvest in the bull, which is what we're entering now. So it's extraordinary. We're gonna do like, this is just live, not planned. Again, we're throwing a big party. Why are we throwing a party today? For my top tier members. So we have my top tier members from Island Project coming over. We're gonna celebrate wonderful people, amazing, God-fearing. it's just so cool what we've done. Let's just like do a rough rider brief tour here, which I know we're on this side of the camera, which it looks like you might even be able to switch it.
Yeah, you can.
Should we try that? Here, we'll go like this. Well, first of all, look at this. Like, so 8,000 feet, digital Noah's Ark. There you go. You can kind of follow us here. Welcome to deck 2. Hopefully the internet. This pool is amazing. As a Division I All-American swimmer, like this is the craziest pool, honestly, I've ever swam in South Papa John. I'll do some butterfly stroke later today. Master bedroom up here. And this whole pool was designed as a whale. So it actually looks like a whale from above. Austin, maybe you kind of
It's super long, looks good there and it has sand there, so you can dry at the beach, even if you're not at the beach. Chill there.
Yeah, it's cool to have sand in your feet.
Yeah, you can sit
Here,
on
show
the
this
beach
out.
chair.
Like, just show it, don't it? Like look at sand at the house of deck 2. That's insane. Maybe you can zoom in. Hopefully the internet's still coming in. We'll go to the other internet and check out that guy. Like, what a badass. He's climbing the tree right now over there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that job is the toughest job. I have like mad respect for that. Those guys are badasses, dude. They climb trees like 5 times the size and hack away to clean. So yeah, we'll come through the house here. That way we don't lose the internet. So 8,000 feet, massive entertainment for y'all. I'll give you more alpha. Huge, great room, vaulted ceilings. This is like old school Hawaii, in my opinion. This house is about 15 years old, but like there's an energy to it that's so positive, something that I love. Bring family and friends. So every Deck 2 member and our current founders, this is just elevating the founders around, have access to this and all of our other properties. So you truly get to register a trademark, live your investment, live your best life, do big things, and more importantly, become part of my network and my father's team, as well as the future generation of the people that you know, make you money, and more importantly, we fear God, and it's about God first. I think that's honestly what makes us very unique, is that you got all these influencers online, but at the end of the day, honestly, the only thing I care about is Jesus and God and my brothers and my sisters. Take a look at this beautiful kind of panorama. You come in here. Austin, you show them the grand piano for a second. Give them a tour. Okay, and we'll come over here. Good job. Austin, you're doing better than me on the piano. Piano's a beautiful instrument. Kind of just a chill room out here. So watch YouTube videos or just chill, watch a movie. Yeah, this is a great little area for community members, hang out. Absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, at $15 million, that might sound like a big nut, but this is a steal for 15 million bucks. There's condos on the beach that we bought for 6. So this is incredible. And Deck 2 focuses more on higher end, big estate homes, etc. We'll take you to the master. Kitchen. I think Papa John's coming pretty soon too.
Please wait.
Awesome.
Fresh fish.
Yeah. How long have you been cooking?
I've been cooking for, this starts my 39th year. When I was 14, I took a year. I've never worked out in the kitchen in my life.
Cool.
It's
Is
great.
this Paul? Chef Paul? Or Chef, or is that what
It's
it's
Chef
called?
Chad.
Chef Chad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Baseball.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I've been fortunate, man. I got into this stuff. I love it. I just made the right connections along the way. Everybody says, yeah, that's what you do. I'm like, well, you can learn along the way.
Yeah.
It's where you get yourself and who you get yourself around that's really going to make that's my experience. I don't know what anybody else's, but I've seen that it's been, I know.
100%.
You know, I learned as I got there, but it's definitely been more.
You're an artist, yeah. It's cool. I'm not a very good cook, but the kids and my wife are pretty decent. But like, it's
Yeah,
an
she was
art.
saying your son really likes to cook.
Yeah, my youngest son can make eggs like perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he's like,
Yeah, but
got
my
the
kids,
timing.
they had their own little plastic knife, and now they work with knife, I think that's a shame. Yeah, they can do just about everything daddy can do.
Looks good, man. Well, God bless. Yeah,
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
Thanks for chopping it up.
All right, Austin. So why don't we go up there, show the main corridor here. Great poker room. Are we still streaming? Is it still
Yes.
on? Okay, cool. Yeah, so like awesome poker room. Let me check this out. This I think is awesome. Got a little futon, gaming area. Every property, of course, is hooked up with Cadillac Escalades, Black Ops, private limousine, private air charter, something I'm negotiating next for all of our elite members as a part of highest tiers in Deck 2. We've got a golf cart downstairs, take you directly to the beach. We're right on the beach, so you get full resort amenities, best golfing in the world. I'll release more details soon, but like, this is the best spot in the world. This is like old money, honestly, and there's a reason for it. Come here to the master bedroom. We'll show you this too. We got a giant steeple. We'll go into that next.